couldn't find a link for the longest time.
Whoa, you're breaking up. I can't hear you, Atheist.
Yeah, you sound like shit. It's just static.
Well, that's a good thing that you told me now. Is that better?
Nope.
No, that's not anything that can be confused with language.
Even your words at the bottom of your picture are all scrambled up looking.
Yeah.
Any better?
Nope.
All right, how's that?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, what to do? All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to free up resources.
No. I can hear little broken up things, but not words.
I'll be with you in a moment when I want to free up some resources here. Can. This will teach me how to do Windows 10, huh? Oh, Skype. Did you hear Skype leave? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me yet?
And now you've muted yourself, Patrick. And you're yelling at the mic.
Yeah, yeah, you still sound like you're coming through an old Sports Illustrated football phone.
No.
Oh, wow, hey, that's better.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Not better for me.
No?
Yeah, I can hear you better now.
How about now?
Oh, I can almost hear you.
You almost hear me, just not quite hear me.
Oh, I can hear you fine.
Oh, good. Well, if one person can hear me fine, then that's good.
I can
Anyway.
hear you very quietly.
Oh.
You are very, very quiet. I might have to put my headset on for it.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah,
Not if you're laying down.
Can you hear me now? Can you see and hear me? Is this better or is it worse for audio?
Yeah, I can. The audio is a lot better now.
All right, we'll just leave it at that.
I mean, it's not all fucked up and broken up, but it's quiet.
Well, Patrick, if you turn up the volume, can you hear me better?
I can hear you fine now. I mean.
Okay. Anyway, hi everybody.
There we go.
Ask an Atheist. It's the Midnight Pendulum for the 8th of August. Sorry, 6th of August, 2015. I have with me
your date straight.
I got Patrick,
Christ.
and I got some guy with a hairpiece. I don't know what the hell, angry hairpiece or something like that. But anyway, they were arguing with each other about Israel. I mean, and they have no idea.
No, we were arguing with you.
Oh, was it with me?
I thought we were agreeing with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, obviously you're both wrong.
Well, yeah, you're wrong too, so,
Well, not really. At least my opinion is at least learned.
Oh, so you're trying to tell me I'm stupid?
Ignorant. Ignorant's not stupid.
You're certainly not stupid, but you're certainly not educated or well read on this particular issue that we're talking about today.
Okay.
I mean,
there we're going. Here we're going to go with a degree basher.
I don't have any education, so we can't.
Okay.
Yeah, you win.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go from where we were at, previous,
Okay. This is my opinion, okay, everybody out there. It doesn't matter who and why and where and when. It doesn't matter. Fuck all. It matters the situation as it stands right now, right this minute. And the situation is such that Israel exists as a state, and the only solution to the security issue in that country is for the annexation, for Israel to annex Judea and Samaria, bring it within the sovereign borders of the state of Israel, make it one state, and start to integrate everybody into a secular Israel.
I disagree.
I don't have a dog in that fight.
Oh, I don't either. But I mean, I
Tucker,
disagree on the whole. I mean,
floor is yours.
why should one culture, one country, whatever, succumb to another country just for border purposes and security? Why can't those two countries stop fucking pissing on each other and just coexist and stop shooting at each other?
Well, that's because there aren't two countries. There's one country.
Different cultures. Different cultures.
No, there's one. No, there's one country, and that's Israel.
The original borders of Israel, when the state of Israel was created, are much different than they are now. Okay.
Well, obviously,
you can call it annexation. You can call it annexation. You can call it manifest destiny. You can call it the spoils of war. Still, they took other people's land in order to build their own country instead of working with the other country. And yeah, so I don't necessarily think that there should be just one state. That's just, you know.
Okay, you must be hard of hearing or something, because I seriously said the situation as it stands right now is such that it is what it is. We're not thinking about where and what and how and who and who. I said all that shit.
Yeah.
And I said it's now to move forward and how to solve the situation. And my solution is the one-state solution. Why do you go back and bring up exactly what I said? It doesn't matter what we have about all that stuff. It doesn't matter.
Because it does matter on so many levels to so many people. And whether no, but they're not. You know, they're not dead. These are real people.
It doesn't matter to those people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. What is it? You can't change that. No way you can change it.
So if I don't share your opinion, I'm wrong. Because, like you said, it's your opinion.
Tell me how my reality is different and wrong to the way you see it.
I think that more, people just stop fucking different cultures, trying to take other people's cultures away for whatever reason is wrong. Annexation. No. There can be more than one state. There can be a state of Palestine. There can be a state of Israel. They just have to learn to stop being cunts to each other.
Well, you obviously know very little about the culture of the region, because there are not two cultures, my friend. There are certainly not two cultures.
In some ways, there are.
I not only don't know, but don't really care.
We have a new guy. Hold on, let's say hi to Marco. Hello, Marco.
Hi, Marco.
I've never met Marco, so I'm assuming that Marco is known to somebody, or is certainly
I've seen those glasses somewhere.
Somebody who wants to talk about this particular subject.
He doesn't say much.
Okay, no problem.
He likes
more support.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys know him. I wasn't sure, so that's good. I still say that you don't know what you're talking about because you
don't care. I don't care.
And see, I don't know what I'm talking about, and on so many levels, I agree with Angry. I don't have a dog in the fight, and on so many levels, I really honestly don't care. The only thing I care about is the fact that the money we send to Israel, when we can be, doing things like feeding the poor and housing the homeless and building hospitals in our country instead of building them over in their countries.
Okay, well then why hold on a second. Hold on a minute. Excuse me. I have issue with that.
Okay.
Why do you single out Israel when America sends Israel all this money to support a military, and certainly Israel does? Yeah, no question. I mean, America does, no question. But why don't you say anything about America sending all this money and supporting the military of Pakistan?
I do.
Which you know she does.
I do. Yeah, I know.
I got too. What are you talking about?
But see, you're misunderstanding. This is. I have the same opinion about what we do for Israel that we have with Pakistan, what we do with Saudi Arabia.
Word about Pakistan until I've just brought it up. And
what the fuck? Wait, because that's what we're talking about.
Okay, let me.
We're having a discussion about peas, and you're like, and this is the first time you brought up carrots.
This is weirder.
We're not talking about carrots.
This is weird as a fucking apologetic fucking argument,
right?
Man.
Isn't it?
I'm like, holy shit.
Our whole discussion started was because you said his title was an oxymoron, right?
Yeah.
What is he, a Zionist atheist?
Yeah.
A Zionist? What's a Zionist?
Zionist.
Well, however you pronounce it, potatoist, whatever the fuck you want to call it. He just said that was an oxymoron, and then we got into a huge discussion about
you don't even have a
about how the Jews should own Israel, and because they raped some babies there once.
It just shows you that atheists can be morons as well.
And then he said, this is my opinion.
Jackass's name, Angry Hairpiece. What does my opinion matter to anyone in the fucking world?
This is just my opinion, and if you don't believe me, you're an uneducated and you're a moron. Well, you're fucking bald. You know?
Hey, you fucking
educated.
You found me.
See,
that was what you were looking for, fucking success.
I gotta tell you, I don't know how I would get through my day, and I want to be serious for a moment.
Yeah.
I don't I don't know how I would get through my day without my personal buddy Jesus getting me through my day every day.
Hold it up to the camera.
Yeah, he's always giving me the thumbs up, and he's always telling me that I'm the man. So yeah, praise buddy Jesus.
Patrick.
Yes.
Can you lower your camera?
Why, you want to see my tits?
No, because you're cut off by the bar. You should be at the top of the box, not the bottom. There you go. Up a little more. Nope, a little more down.
What are you watching on your phone?
Down a little more. Right there you go.
Now I'm watching this like I'm in a drive-in movie. Oh, you want to see my tits?
Now you're getting nasty.
No, I can't see your tits because of the bar at the bottom.
Now I'm going to start making this.
I guess the whole world will be able to, huh? When they're finding in the corner on YouTube.
You don't have to listen to him. You don't have to move your camera.
Secular Lobster, the big titty.
You don't have to move your camera.
There you go. All right.
So explain to me again how I'm a moron.
If you didn't get it the first time, how do you think I expect you to get it the second time?
No, wait. Now, time out. Let's get back to the beginning of all this. What is a Zionist atheist?
Explain to him.
Explain to me.
Basically, he doesn't believe in God or spirituality and things like that, but he believes in the, I guess, legitimization of Israel as a one state. Because that's the way it is, get over it, basically, in a nutshell.
I like that. Okay, so what are we going to talk about next? We're going to carry on, all right?
All right, yeah, I'm over it.
Yeah, sure. No, we're good.
So, excuse me with my accents. You're from England, Australia, New Zealand. Asking anything. Huh?
I say you suck at accents.
Oh, no, I mean at depicting on where they're from.
Yeah, you suck.
Yeah, I really do.
I'm from South Africa.
Okay.
Which is neither England, nor Australia, nor New Zealand.
Okay. Well, no, I was going for. I've never talked to anybody with a South African accent because it resembles a British accent. I wasn't trying to be, you know.
Yeah.
Look, don't fall in love with me because of my accent, okay?
Oh no, you don't have tits.
How do you know? You can only see my head.
Well, you're bald too, you know, and I'm not into bald chicks, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the one thing that atheists have in common. The one thing that atheists have in common is the belief or not, or God doesn't exist, or basically because we can disagree on pretty much anything else there is.
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you an honest question. Okay.
What's that?
I don't know. I'm going to bring up the name Nate Cunningham because he's the one who did this video. He did this video. He said that Christian hangouts, like a serious subject. He said that Christian hangouts are just more moral than atheist hangouts. He says just go into a Christian hangout, watch them, and then go into an atheist hangout, watch them, and then you will see that the Christian hangout is more moral than the atheist hangout. Now, I scratch my head still to this day. You look, I've got a scratch patch.
Yeah.
And I cannot understand what the fuck that means.
Yeah. Well, because they have God on their side. And if you
hang out, is this hangout like
less moral? They don't swear. They don't say fuck every other word.
Oh, you'd be surprised who does. I love.
Well, maybe in an all Christian hangout they don't.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Well, who's really a Christian?
Like
we're not allowed to be there
like this.
It wouldn't be an all Christian hangout.
I've like watched Christian hangouts before that are nothing more than mudslinging events. Some of them use worse language than myself. But
if they're trying to be holier than thou, they would never.
Because
especially in a live thing.
I have watched, not been part of a hangout, but I've watched live hangouts,
right?
The Christian hangouts, just to watch them because they're kind of funny. They really are funny.
Oh yeah.
And if there's 2 or 3 of them, then they're all congenial and they love. It kind of goes nicely. But as they fill up and they start talking, there's frictions start to build up because of different understandings and different, I don't know, different people feel insulted or.
I call them Christian fights.
And then it degenerates into screaming and shouting and rage quitting.
Yeah.
How moral is that compared to? I mean, we went at each other fucking like hammer and tongs just a few minutes ago, right?
Yeah.
But who rage quit and who hates each other?
Yeah, like you say, I used to love to watch, not being a part of them, and sometimes when I'd make a comment, somebody go basically like, well, who the fuck are you? You weren't it, and I'm like, God, I know more about. I watch these hangouts, man. They're public hangouts. So you can get a link to these hangouts. I know what goes on in all these hangouts, and to me, a lot of times it's they have the morality of God on their side, and a lot of them don't understand. Like one hangout that I used to love to watch, what I wish would come back was Captain Osimo. I used to watch his shows religiously. There we go, because they were funny and they were entertaining. You know what I mean? It's satirical, and a lot of people don't understand satire, because you're offending their religion, which I don't care if I do or not. Some of the Christians don't understand satire when they're being like made fun of. I mean, why the fuck do you think G-Man was around for so long? Part of it was his ego.
Part of it? How about 150?
Well, I think part of it, is an act. Because He's one of those people that's never lost. I think he believed. Let me clarify this. Okay. I think he believes everything he says, right? Except for I think he did tell somebody that one of his arguments he wasn't going to use anymore, but it's his delivery. I think Dragonaut said it best one time, basically that G-Man's never lost an argument in his life, right? If you say something's red, he's going to swear it's orange, right? If you know what I mean, he's going to disagree with everything you say. He's just that type of guy.
And will never concede.
No, and just like the guy that's batting second for him now, Mr. Preacher Ken Jones, the fat guy getting out there, atheist, he's challenging Matt Dillahunty to a debate, and he's going to stand by God's word and all this crap.
Hey, I unsubbed G-Man a year ago, and now G-Man is gone. Coincidence, or did I single-handedly get rid of him?
I unsubbed G-Man when he was XX0054 4 years ago.
When he did the chocolate atheist thing, I was like, "Oh, I'm done with you, fag. Fuck that."
What was that? What did he do?
He said he was atheist and he was gonna start doing videos as a chocolate atheist, and then Brett Keane, I think it is, fucked it up for him and told somebody that he told him it was full of shit, and then he got all mad. Well, how dare you talk about it? And I was like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? Dude,
yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm done with you, and the only time I'll see you again is when people are fucking mocking you. I'm done.
Yeah.
And then now he's gone.
It's kind of funny.
But we've got Fuckstain. Fuckstain's coming in strong. I mean, he'll be around to make fun of for a long time.
Brett Keane?
Huh?
Brett Keane?
No, Feuerstein. Fucking Flintstone. But, Josh Feuerstein.
Oh, yeah.
Flintstone.
Yeah.
That dude's fucking, oh man, he's always good for a laugh. Makes me mad that he gets as much money as he gets for spewing that fucking bullshit.
I agree.
I haven't really heard about.
Nate Cunningham.
I've seen his face all over the place in memes and whatnot, but I haven't really heard his message. What does he say?
Who? Basically,
Fuckstain?
He can disprove atheism.
Come on, guys, one at a time.
He's one of these guys. He does these cell phone videos. He used to be a preacher at this place in Arizona or New Mexico, or this mega church thing. He was an associate pastor or some shit. He's a fast talker. He did a video how to disprove atheism in like a minute, and it was one of the funniest things you'll ever hear. He does a lot of recycled
$100,000 atheist.
Yeah, kind of like Shock of God, did a long time ago with his little challenges. But he was going to offer $100,000 to somebody that could prove atheism or disprove God. But at the same time, he was going to offer $100,000. He was e-begging, $10,000 for a new fucking camera.
30, wasn't it? It's something.
Yeah, it was 30 or something. Yeah,
fucking crazy ass. High quality fucking movie filming camera.
Yeah,
like the kind they use on the big screen.
Yeah, and so he likes to spout off stuff, Now he's an ex-preacher. I was reading an ex-preacher. He thinks that basically you should go around. He pulled out this AR-15 or some shit, and pretty much in so many words advocating going out and shooting homosexuals because give God the glory. He's just a giant fucking cunt. That gets away with shit because we have free speech in this country. And some people just know how to be cunts when they have that freedom,
This cunt you're talking about,
you gotta admit it pays well.
What's the cunt you're talking about's name?
Joshua
Feuerstein. Feuer. Wait a minute. How the
I thought
fuck?
I thought Joshua Feuerstein, you spelled it C-U-N-T.
Yeah, he is a cunt.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, now I know how to spell it.
I call him fuckstain, or maybe.
I think that's very disrespectful.
I don't care.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
I don't care.
I'm
I
disrespectful as fuck.
You don't
Yeah,
care.
but I have zero respect for that guy, so fuck him.
There you
In
go.
his fucking Feuerstein.
Well, yeah, all that Christian persecution because they can't go around condemning homosexuals and.
Tell me something. Let me
With
ask
the
you a
rifle.
question. You, Joshua Feuerstein, if you could, would you like to see him burnt at the stake, and you actually would you watch it, and how would you feel?
No, absolutely not.
No.
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 I would rather see him dragged around the world from town to town and everybody laugh at him.
You know what I think would be ironic? Something really bad would have to happen first. But if you get one of these fucking people that really love Joshua Feuerstein, or one of these crazy right-wing wacko gun nuts, right, and they go out and they shoot somebody, right, and they kill a bunch of people, whether it's in a movie theater, whether it's in a church, I don't give a fuck where it's at, right? I want one of these people to be captured and them to go, oh yeah, Joshua Feuerstein's videos motivated me, right? I want to see his ass.
Oh, that would be funny.
Yeah, I mean, they claim that. No, seriously. That's what I want to see, because that's, like I said, something really bad would have to happen in order for that to happen. Or even somebody planning something, right? And going, I watched Joshua Feuerstein, and
No, you can't do it under what's false pretenses, or what's the, I don't know.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody that takes what Joshua Feuerstein says seriously. Just like when they used to take
You froze up.
Judas Priest to court, right? And so what I'm saying,
what you're saying, but
yeah. Okay, it's a bit shady, but that would
shady.
But it's not under false pretenses because the person that did it really thought that, People have killed for a lot less,
Joshua Feuerstein around all the universities and put him on stage in front of an audience and tell him what he does. And they will mock him out of once he's done with this tour, he would never be able to make another video again.
Take his ministry on a tour of the maximum security prisons around the world. Find how many people find him attractive,
I think he should lose his fucking YouTube rights.
Yeah.
It's just a scam. But I mean, free speech, just fuck it, man. If people are stupid enough, like I asked my friend once to help me out and make kids books, religious kids books, and he couldn't do it. He said because it was too dishonest, and he was a really good artist, and I could take a stupid Bible story and fucking kid it up and make it happy, and he drew the pictures and would have made a grip. Christians buy anything you throw a Bible story on it.
See, I want to do.
He thought it was too dishonest and wouldn't do it.
Moses going up the mountain with some hookers and a keg of beer and about 4 hits of acid and a bag of weed. He was up there for a few days. When all the drugs and the booze started running out, he figured he had to make a trip back down to the village and had to come up with a story why he was gone so long. So that's the 10 Commandments, God spoke to me.
That was Joseph Smith?
No, that was Moses going up in the mountain to, get the commandments.
I get so fucking confused between Joseph Smith and Moses and Jesus.
Well, yeah, because, they all make so much sense, though. They all make so much
shit. Didn't someone tell Muhammad the same thing over and over again until he had it memorized?
Patrick made a damn good point. They all make the same amount of sense. They really do, don't they?
And you know what? You know what? So many of these prophets have in common.
But,
you know, when they're witnessed to and they receive all these laws, no witnesses.
Mm-hmm. But there's always another guy there to write it all down for them.
Yeah. But yeah, they took it for granted that Moses was going up to the mountain, you know, to receive God's commandments and stuff. And they didn't notice the hookers and
another thing is, another thing that really gets me is, it's been shown, we know now that the Jewish exodus from Egypt, there was no such thing.
Okay.
We know now that the Moses personage is fictional.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
well,
we know
I mean,
that,
only a small group of us know that.
It doesn't matter. It's a fact.
More people than you realize. More people than you think. The country of Egypt has even taken exception with that whole story now.
The fact that Moses is fictional itself negates the whole of Judaism right there. I mean, the whole of Judaism
and Christianity by default.
And Christianity by default.
And Islam. Islam's an offshoot of fucking.
No, hold on a sec. Was Abraham after Moses, or I can't figure out? I don't know.
Well, Abraham was before Moses.
Yeah.
No, couldn't
Abraham.
Be.
Yeah, Abraham.
Abraham was before Moses because they were all the children of Abraham or some shit, or the Abrahamic law, the Abrahamic religions.
The Abrahamic
gods. That doesn't make sense. No, that doesn't make sense.
Abrahamic gods, yes.
The father Abraham.
The Abraham did not go onto the ark, so it couldn't have been.
Lot was Abraham's brother.
Yeah, but that's all after the flood.
Oh, this is way before.
Huh?
The flood was way in. I'm pretty sure the flood was like one of the first things that happened.
Lot was before the flood.
No.
Wasn't he?
Was it? I don't fucking care.
Can't be. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Look, as much as
no.
anything about religion doesn't make sense, that doesn't make.
You know, I was in a discussion that in some ways was a train wreck, and I brought up the whole thing about the whole Exodus, the Moses story, the whole shebang, just being a bunch of bullshit. And they're like, "Well, what do you mean?" And what would convince you that the Exodus really took place? And I said, simple, trash, because that many people in the wilderness for that many years, they would have had to left one hell of a fucking trail. You know, it wasn't just a couple hundred people. It wasn't just a few thousand people. This was, you know, hundreds of thousands of people. They would have left trash. You know, and I remember one time, you know,
what kind of trash? They didn't have rappers in those.
Yeah, they were very efficient. They didn't have much.
Yeah. But they would have left. You would have been able to tell, you know, where they were. You know what I'm saying?
Archaeology, bitches. There isn't any. There's nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to know where they kept getting goats and pigeons and fucking lambs to slaughter for every fucking stupid thing ever.
Well, see, God provided those.
Hold on a second. You figure if they're wandering for 40 years, they're not always wandering. They stop.
Oh, yeah.
Years, and they build a little community, and then they wander more. Who knows?
Yeah.
The thing is, you're right, that they would leave a trail.
Something. You know. And one time they found a chariot, what they thought was a chariot wheel in the Red Sea or some shit, and that was like proof and evidence of the Exodus, you know, of Moses parting the Red Sea. Or,
And what was it?
Very apropos, thank you.
But what was that chariot wheel?
It was a wheel from that period of time, but that wasn't the first.
Well, at least we got a lively crowd tonight, and we thank you for your support. Do contribute to our Patreon account, which we don't have yet. Save up to contribute to the Patreon account.
But hey, Boston Harbor. But no, you know, when I became an atheist, you know, one of the final things was.
How do you become an atheist? I don't understand. How you can never be anything but an atheist.
Because how you're raised, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I was raised. I was baptized. We went to Sunday school. We went to church. I went to a Lutheran school up until the grade 6th grade. It was part of, you know. Of course, there was also, you know, don't spare the rod, but a lot of Christian love.
They cane the shit out of you.
Oh, my parents were fucking.
Not there, bye.
Yeah.
So who hit you more, your mother or your father?
Oh, my dad. I was my dad's whipping boy. He took his failures in life out on me. You know, I've just come to that conclusion. But you know, the whole thing, even when I was a Christian, I always like didn't buy into a lot of stuff all the way. It's like in church when they're reciting like the Apostles' Creed and Nicene Creed. I used to like look around and go, God, does anybody else think this is weird? You know, I had, yeah, it's, you know, hashtag timing, but I always had questions like, you know, where did the dinosaurs come from? I was almost like a heretic kid, you know, that I would ask questions, and in the end, you know, but see, when I was growing up, that an atheist was that Madeline O'Hara, whatever her name was, that angry-looking woman. Yeah, and you know, that was the picture of what an atheist was. Right, and you know, you don't hate God, do you? You don't want to be like her, you know, because she was always portrayed as being just this angry, bitter woman, you know. So for a long time, I just like, well, there's got to be something, you know, maybe I don't get it and stuff like that. I used to try to get it, and then when I finally started coming to realizations, I was going to a Freethinkers Club. Oh, yeah. And this guy told me finally one day, he goes, look, in order to think the Bible is even remotely true, because first of all, just because one part might be somewhat accurate doesn't mean the rest of it's legitimate in any way, you know. But in order to believe the Bible, you have to believe this, and this, right? Basically, the virgin birth, the talking snake, the burning bush, the resurrection, all that shit. And I just finally one day was like, nah, I just can't buy it, you know. And then I kind of forgot about it, and then I was actually labeled an atheist one day by some, you know, God-fearing Christians. And so I just took that moniker, but
you said,
I really,
yeah,
because I didn't even know what an atheist was, you know, really. You know, and my picture of an atheist was Madeline O'Hara in the 60s, you know. And that was what I thought an atheist was. It wasn't until I actually met atheists and we shared a few baby recipes and you know, things like that, and said, "Hey, our hail Satans," that I, you know, that it dawned on me that I don't believe in magic, you know.
Fuck,
wow, and it took you till you were 50? Jesus,
yeah,
fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went through all the stages. I went from fucking Christian all the way through agnostic, atheist, you know, to now I'm a Gnostic anti-theist.
I will give our family pastor a lot of credit for helping me become an atheist, because when I was like questioning my faith, you know, because I quite honestly did sometimes, you know, like, you know, maybe I'm missing something. What am I missing? He told me to read the Bible and search, and you know, and I did, and I read the Bible as a nonfiction, fact or fiction, you know, non like just like a novel, right? Mm-hmm. And it was some of the most weird, grotesquely violent.
You mean fiction?
They're fiction, yeah. I'm really high, so. But yeah, and that was a lot of it. He challenged me. He says, "No," he says, "I know you believe. You know," he says, "what you need to do is go read the Bible, you know, and just remember what you believe." And bottom line was I really didn't. In the end, I just didn't believe it. I wanted to. I really did. And I tried. There were times in my life I've been on my knees. Hey God, if you're here, and I was ready to just do anything. I bought, hashtag hit rock bottom type stuff. Nothing happened. I thought maybe I was doing it wrong, right? So I would go talk to people, say, look, man, I'm really fucking up. I really, and what am I doing wrong? I didn't get that feeling, I got a better feeling going to a concert and watching a good show, that just that feel, but yeah, I guess in the end, I just didn't believe it. It took me till I was 50 to basically come out and just admit it, and I think there's more people like that in the world that won't come out or don't want to come out because of the fear of the unknown or how they'll be treated,
And you'd rather be deceived than know that you've been deceived.
Yeah.
What?
It's harder to... It's easier to deceive somebody than it is to convince them that they're being deceived. They don't want to admit that they're being deceived, so they'll believe it for fucking ever, so they never have to be like,
look at every Muslim, look at every Jew, and look at every Christian.
Yeah. And they'll tell you every time why the other one is wrong.
Yeah. Their version's the right one.
But yeah, I went through the totally angry, screaming fucking atheist, and I actually had to have some people tell me to slow down. It was part of the process of deconversion. The whole thing about being lied to. Anymore, for the most part, I just make fun of it because I find it that ridiculous. Even if I'm gonna hang out with a bunch of Christians and stuff, I let them know that I don't ever insert magic. I don't insert God. I don't feel the need for a God. If you need a God to tell you not to be a cunt, then what does that say about you?
It's funny. When I was a Christian, I hated Christmas, and
why?
Because it was the day Satan went around and gave out presents so you'd forget about God. Because
I've heard that.
It's supposed to be Jesus' birthday, and this guy's going around giving out presents, and everybody's worshiping this fucking fat fuck, and his name's Santa, which is an anagram of Satan. It pissed me the fuck off when I was a kid.
Well, firstly, who told you about that?
I just know. I thought I'd look at Santa and realized it was an anagram of Satan, and I always wanted a thing across the roof. You know how people put fucking the sleighs and stuff on the roof? No, I want a sleigh drawn by 8 demons, and then in the sleigh have just a fucking sharp, debonair looking motherfucker in a red suit, and a big ass bag of presents next to him. And on the ground there's going to be a bunch of people looking up to him, asking him for their presents. And behind them is going to be a picture of Jesus, or a cutout of Jesus, all sad with a little cake with one candle in it.
They don't believe in me anymore. Yeah, out here, every year, and I guarantee you by November, there's going to be that. Do you say Happy Holidays or do you say Merry Christmas?
Yeah.
Out here, you wouldn't believe. It's when our old governor we had, he's basically a secularist, right? So to avoid a lot of bullshit one year, he thought, instead of calling it a Christmas tree at the State House, he decided to call
festival.
No, he called it the holiday tree.
A holiday tree.
People,
they lose their shit. Yeah.
They lost their shit. It's Jesus' birth. I was in the mall one day, Christmas shopping with my wife and my mother-in-law at the fucking JCPenney's, right? And scored this really awesome fucking coffee pot, by the way. It was, anyway, I said, Happy Holidays, right? And this lady behind the counter was just furious with me, as was this lady next to me, because I didn't say Merry Christmas, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm being polite. I'm giving a cordial, seasonal greeting, and stuff. And I had to I'm like, look, personally, I could give a fuck less, I also didn't say Happy Hanukkah,
Yeah.
I didn't say Happy Kwanzaa, I didn't say Happy Ramadan, fuck, if there's many holidays in this season. Thus, it's called the holiday fucking season,
But they expect the thing and they're like, well, it's fine if you say that, but just how the fuck am I supposed to screen the fucking people I'm talking to ask them, wait, what religion are you? Oh, okay, Happy Christmas. What religion are you? Oh, Happy Hanukkah.
Did I hear you say? Hold on a second. Did I hear you say Happy Ramadan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know? That's the furthest, the last thing you'd say to somebody.
No, but I mean,
Happy Yom Kippur. Happy Yom Kippur.
On the news last month, they made sure we knew it was Ramadan season.
But it's not a happy Ramadan.
Yeah. So I'd be like, hey, Happy Ramadan.
Holiday season. Let's go to this vacation.
Yeah.
They catch you having a sandwich at lunchtime. They fucking hang you in the middle of the street.
Yeah. I mean, for fuck's sake. Any religion that tells me I can't have a ham sandwich with bacon, fuck them.
Yeah.
Well, let's not push ham sandwiches.
Because we're in a room with you. Won't eat ham.
I know I eat ham.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have like ham pride, like.
No.
Bacon pride.
I wouldn't live. It's not a matter of ham pride. It's a matter of wouldn't want to live without ham.
It's ham pride.
Did you see that? Did you see that one
ham
YouTube?
Dependency.
There's a video on YouTube where these Arab gentlemen, right, or Islamic, whatever, are tasting what they think. It's a prank show, right? They're tasting what is supposed to be halal, safe, kosher, all that stuff, blessed by God, bacon, right?
Really?
It's not really bacon, but it's going to taste like bacon, right? Mm-hmm. And these guys are sitting there eating it, right? And one by one, they tell these people that, no, what you're doing is you're really eating bacon, right? Then watch these guys lose their fucking shit, right? And then while these people are wanting to kill this guy, he's trying to explain to them, no, it's a prank show, it's a prank show. And I'm like, dude, that's the easiest way to get killed.
Yeah.
But, and I don't think any of them actually found it funny. But
no.
But no, they weren't eating real bacon. But
I worked at Jack in the Box, and the owners
I remember Jack in the Box.
Muslim.
Yeah.
And it was one in Beaverton, Oregon. But the owners were Muslim, and I'd say to the manager, I was like, okay, wait, let me get this straight. You can't eat it because it's a total sin to eat it. And why is it okay to sell it to somebody else to eat? Why is it okay for me to eat this burger that you're serving? But I mean, that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, who lives in Texas? Anyone there? Anyone here?
No.
Well, I understand that a lot of liquor stores in Texas are actually owned and run by Muslims.
Huh.
Is this true?
In Texas?
I don't know. I do remember drive-through liquor stores in Texas back in the 80s.
They don't want Texans drinking, and the fucking best way to get them to not drink as much, make them talk to a Muslim to get alcohol.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do to live, man. It is America.
Exactly. There's business, and then there's everything else.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, Let me see. What's his Marco? What do you have to say about all this?
You're muted.
He doesn't sound much louder when he's not.
He maybe doesn't understand English.
No, he understands English.
Yeah.
How do you know he understands English?
Because he sometimes
he lives 100 miles from me.
He lives in South America or Italy.
No, he lives in Chicago.
No, he doesn't.
Hey, Marco, give me a thumbs up if you live in Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, he's got a White Sox shirt on? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. White Sox? Really? Oh, jeez.
What's a White Sox?
It's a Chicago baseball team.
Okay, yeah. Are the Black Sox to go like as a counter?
The Black Sox were actually what the White Sox were called in 1918, the World Series that they threw, the big scandal. Yeah.
And then they became the White Sox after that?
No, they were the White Sox. The Black Sox was just the name of the scandal. You know,
okay.
Because they were, they weren't clean. Of course, their owner wouldn't even wash their own uniforms.
1919 was an ugly time to live.
Yeah.
If you were not very, very wealthy.
And then they win the World Series one time, and I don't know how many fucking decades, and they get all mouthy and stuff, and White Sox. Yes.
The champion they won in 2005.
Yeah, well, how many have they won though? How many World Series? They're always but they're always like a second division. It's like nobody cares about the White Sox. Sorry.
About it, huh? You think that's funny, ball?
Huh?
Nah, screw you. If you don't like the White Sox, I'm a White Sox fan. Look at it, man.
Hey. Fuck, man. Dodgers, man. How many World Series? Hey, I seem to think the Dodgers beat the White Sox in '59. The Go-Go White Sox. And
I don't care. Fuck the Dodgers. Nothing good comes out of LA.
Yeah,
Red Sox.
Red Sox, man.
I love LA, man. I don't want to ever live there again.
No,
going down there for a week is fun.
I used to fucking naysay on LA so much. I used to piss in the American River because the water was on its way to LA. Because LA takes all the water from California. It all drains to LA.
Well, that and all the almond growers. You know how much.
Yeah.
Plus, Nestle was pumping fucking
from
water out.
Lake, yeah,
and then like charging people. Oh, and then they were donated. Did you hear when they donated a bunch of water to one of those cities that ran out? That was awful nice of them.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. I just, I'm a sports fan. If I see it, if it was a Yankees or Reds or Giants, I would have said the same thing. You're just, yeah.
I'm not a big baseball fan.
See, I got my Pawtucket Red Sox hat on right now. I wear it faithfully, even though the Red Sox and their AAA team suck shit this year. It's a rebuilding year, of course. They will be back. That's the one good thing about sports, right? The beginning of the season, anything is possible.
I was wondering, do you like NBA?
No.
I
like base. I'm a big baseball fan. I've been a baseball fan since like the early '60s. I love college football.
I don't care.
I like NFL somewhat because I live in New England and everything's about the Patriots. But as for having to watch, I'd rather watch a good college football game than a pro game any day of the week. Yeah.
I would agree with you on that one. Yeah, for sure.
but I don't watch golf because that's not a sport. That's an activity. Bowling. Bowling is not a sport. Well. Bowling is an activity. It's not a sport.
It's amazing fun. I love bowling. You know, I bowl well too.
See, I used to bowl when I was a kid. To me, bowling is something when you're sitting around with your buddies and you're like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want? Hey, I don't know. You want to go to bowling? Hey, fuck, man, I haven't bowled in 5 years. I
lived in a little fucking tiny ass town where the only thing to do was go bowling or go to the bowling alley.
Yeah.
There was the arcade. I mean, and there was nothing else in the town. Absolutely, 100% nothing else.
I just always found the bowling crowd kind of weird, with their lucky shirts. Same way with the gambling crowd, the lucky shirts and team shirts and
no.
Young man, you've got to start learning how to hit the mute button if you're going to make funny noises.
That was a familiar sound. What does that mean? You've got mail or something?
Wait, who?
No, that sound, that tone.
That was my phone.
Right, but it was familiar. What kind of brand is it? Samsung?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't you know to mute your phone when you're in a hangout with an important person like Ask an Atheist? I mean...
Or Angry Herpes?
Yeah, I mean... Fuck me. I mean, my videos suck, but...
Yeah, they do suck.
Yeah, they do. And I tell people, I've got some old atheist experience videos I threw up a long time ago when this guy goes, hey, if you want subs and all that shit, but, and they're still by far the most viewed videos I have, but, I used to just get on, YouTube and it has become a gigantic stress relief for me. I used to get on fucking YouTube drunk as shit and just fucking read from the Bible or tell my version of Noah's Ark, or just make fun of Christians. Then I started doing little compilation videos. I'd get really drunk and high and find a bunch of videos and like add them together and put music to it and go ta-da, So that's how serious I take religion anymore. It's to be mocked.
It's to be ridiculed.
Yeah, ridiculed, mocked, made fun of. This whole thing about you have to respect people's beliefs. Bullshit. No, you don't.
Bullshit.
You can believe what you want. I believe in the Dodgers. And Marco there will tell me I'm full of shit, and he has every right to be wrong. But when it comes to religion and you're inserting magic and your personal belief, and when you can get away with saying, well, that's not how I worship, we believe like this and all that shit, you're still inserting magic, your own fucking personal opinion.
Well, gentlemen, it is pushing 3:30 in the morning.
Well, it's 4:25 here.
We're pushing an hour on live air, and it's been great. I loved it. So, do you guys want to say goodbye and plug anything, or?
Does anybody watch your show?
Nah.
No, I mean, what kind of viewership do you get? I mean, is anybody going to actually watch this? I mean, would I want to plug my crappy channel?
Yeah, you might as well.
I mean, is anybody going to fucking see it, I mean...
maybe one person will.
Hey, guy. How you doing? All right, gentlemen. I'm going to call it a night.
All right.
Now, if you like to look at really bad atheist videos that make no sense sometimes that are funny to me, watch the Secular Lobster.
So what's your YouTube channel called? The Secular Lobster? One word?
Secular Lobster, 2 words.
Just secular.
We're affiliated with Preaching to the Lobsters Ministries. We do a lot of charitable work, we help lobsters everywhere. And if you've ever heard of Deconverted Man, he preaches a false lobsterism. He's a false lobster prophet. Never listen to him.
Because I find him quite mesmerizing with
but you know what? He's like that, you know. Subliminal messages. He's a false prophet, you know.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to have you and him on head to head because
we've had discussions. I like him actually. He's a good guy. We were actually gonna do a hangout one time, but
I'd like to have a lobsterist and a spaghetti monsterist.
Oh, debate.
Them go head to head because that would be.
Hey, I would.
Like you've never seen.
Actually, I think it'd be great to have a couple Pastafarians, because there are different denominations of sects of Pastafarianism. Okay. There are different sects of lobsterists. So yeah, there are. And I have the true. I make shit up on the fly better than anybody, because I don't even know what's going to be in my head in a couple of minutes. So anyway, yeah, shoot, I'd love to have a debate like that. Lobsterist versus spaghetti monster could be epic.
Well, you know what? If it ever comes to pass that in a hangout, a lobsterist and a Pastafarian in my hangout are together, we will make a snap impulse decision to go live and go at it.
Yeah, because lobsters never die, you know.
So you are a lobsterist, not a Pastafarian.
Well, I've been a Pastafarian. Some of my old videos were Pastafarian based.
I see. So what prompted the turnaround?
Well, when I moved to Rhode Island, I couldn't call myself Oregon Atheist anymore. So I was trying to find something like regional, and I didn't want to go atheist or something, you know. So out here, people love lobsters, you know, lobster rolls. Lobster dinners. I could have called myself like the doughboy or the fucking quahog or some shit like that. And I was in Skeptic Fence Show chat one night, and I had to register on that chat format that they have, you know, and I just put in secular lobster. And a couple people, I was trying to say hi to a few people in the chat, and they thought I was a troll, and all I was trying to do was say hi, and I just kept it. And yeah, there's no big thing about it. I had never even heard of lobsterists and shit when I first. As soon as I became secular lobster, people lumped me together with Deconverted Man, and he's a good guy, but I think he takes lobsters a little bit too seriously. But anyway, no, that's I can do the lobsterist thing. I can do the Pastafarian thing. I can do Church of Bacon if you like, you know. So.
See, a man of many religions.
Oh yeah, I've studied them all. You know, I'm actually also an ordained minister from the Universalist Life Church of Modesto, California, and I have been since 2002.
Well, congratulations! That's quite the honor, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I had to fill out my name and address and everything, and they sent me a confirmation because they had to check my background and everything and how serious I was, and they told me in 3 to 5 days they would send me a confirmation, you know, let me know. And I hit the send button, and about 5 minutes later I got a confirmation email telling me that I could now go by Reverend Thacker. Oh, I doc dropped myself. I could and I could send away for a book I could read and have an honorary PhD, honorary doctorate, and I could perform weddings, and you know, of course, you know. So
I got all that stuff as well from the First Church of Atheism or something.
Yeah.
But you know what they did? You know what they did, those assholes?
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm an ordained minister for the First Church of Atheism, right? This is years
Right.
ago when they first started doing this. So they sent me out this package.
No, what is wrong with all these games in these schools?
They sent me out this package, okay, and in it is all the different documents,
Right.
the little press card and the
Yeah.
minister and the this and that. There's like 3 or 4 or 5 of them. I don't know. Anyway, so the envelope, there's big envelope that it comes in is totally addressed correctly, name, address, everything, blah blah blah. Every single one of those documents that were in there, and there were say 4 of them. Okay, let's just say 4 of them. But every single one of them was misspelled differently. It was just a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, they I think for like $50 they would send me my press pat or my clergy sticker or whatever, so I could park illegally at hospitals, I guess. A certificate saying that I was an ordained minister, and I don't know, a membership.
This must have been then when they first started it out, when it was free. I don't remember paying for anything.
No, I didn't pay for anything. You know, if you pay for anything, and now you know you a lot of times you got to pay for your certificate and all that crap.
I don't pay for anything like that.
Yeah, but
if I've got to pay for it, there's no way I'm going to get it.
Yeah, but I still have the email in my folder, you know, my original email when they referred to me as Reverend. You know, my mother, I wasn't an atheist back then, but I guess an admitted atheist or whatever, but I thought it was funny to become an ordained minister, right? And I went to my mother, who was like really into God, you know, evangelical Lutheran, and coming up to her telling, yeah, your son's an ordained minister now. Holy shit, you would have thought that I had committed blasphemy, you know.
Committed blasphemy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I was mocking religion and all that stuff, and I'm like, no, that wasn't well, kind of, but I was just, you know, they said, hey, become an ordained.
Religion is to be ridiculed. We did really agree on that, didn't we?
Yeah, but yeah, I've always had fun with religion, even when I, you know, didn't identify as one, because I just always found so much of it so weird. But you could always say it's a metaphor, you know. You could always say, you know, well, it's that part's just a metaphor, and that's the way they get away with it, you know. Because who knows the Bible better than a Christian who goes to Sunday school and church and only reads what the pastor or the person in charge of Bible study tells them to read, you know?
Right.
So, anyway,
I think we're going to end this live portion of this hangout because we've been at it for over an hour now, 7 minutes over an hour, and it's late at night. We've got no one watching. So we're just going to end it off now. I'd like to thank the Secular Lobstah.
Secular Lobster, Patrick, whatever. You know, I got to tell you something before you remember. I don't know if you remember this. Remember when all that people were accusing everybody of doc dropping them and shit like that a while back? There was like a big. It was kind of going on for a while. I didn't understand exactly what that was, right? And so somebody said one day, they go, well, if you look on your Skype, you know, you can see somebody's real name, right? A lot of times, or on their email or things like that.
Right.
And this was, I didn't understand that I had been basically telling people, and if you look, and it's not hard to do, just follow the pattern and stuff, you can find out very easily who the fuck I am in my real life and where I fucking live. Apparently I've been doxing myself for like 2 fucking years and never have understood what the fuck it was. And I'm not paranoid, you know, like somebody's going to come to my house because, yeah, why would they fucking want to begin with? But yeah, I always find it. So there's a couple people that will go, Patrick. Oh, I mean, Secular Lobster, and I'm like, fuck, I don't really give a shit what you call me. Just watch my really shitty videos.
All right.
I'm done.
Okay, well, thanks for that. It was actually the first time we've hung out probably for any length of time. It was really great. I love proving you wrong, as I love
you're a moron, too.
Who's a moron wrong.
Yeah. I've got Buddy Jesus on my side, man.
Wow. Got to concede now. Damn.
Yeah, and, hey, I got to show people, man, I got my Jesus pet rock.
Ooh.
Yeah, hey, he comes with instruction booklet, all right, how to care for your Jesus pet rock. He comes with a leash, got some bedding.
Okay.
You know,
well,
really it's amazing. It's you know what? It's a rock, right?
Yeah, but where's the Jesus part of it?
Oh, okay. There's this thing here on the side of the box. Yeah. You know those optical illusions where you stare at it and then close your eyes real tight and then stare at the rock, you'll see Jesus on the rock.
Oh, that's so brilliant.
Yeah, and
I love technology. I love modern technology. See, religion just proving science once again.
The best part about this is, you know, it's great for like getting a little exercise. You know, taking your pet rock Jesus for a walk, you know, with his leash. The only problem, and like I said in my last video,
only every Sunday.
No, they like to go out every day, you know. And sure, you get a little stares from the neighbors because they're just jealous, you know, that you're walking with Jesus, you know. But I found out the one thing, and I've written to the company, the one problem that I do have with this is the Jesus pet rock tends to slip out of the little knots sometimes. So I've recommended them add a little bit of duct tape. Because I found that with a little bit of duct tape, he doesn't quite get out of the knot as
Why don't they just nail the fucking rope to the rock like they did in the old days?
Because that would be making fun of Jesus, you know?
No, it would be authentic. Way more authentic.
Yeah. People think too much into this shit. My wife discovered Amazon.com, and she knows that I'm an easy person to buy gifts for because I don't have a lot of money. I can't afford a lot of stuff, but little simple things, if I want it, I go get it. So like around the holidays, she'll be like, what do you want? You know, I'll be like, I don't give a shit. You know, I get a piece of string and some cellophane. I'm happy for 2 hours playing with it. You know, that's Christmas. I don't give a shit. You know, I'm not hard to please. So she knows I'm into this. She's searching for lobster things right now on a budget, which isn't really hard, but it's just the ones you pick. You know, but yeah, she goes in these. She got me the Buddy Jesus and the pet rock and all that shit, you know, just to like, you know, hey, you've got a present coming in the mail.
What connection has a pet rock to a lobster?
Well, there's many spiritual ways. I'm glad I'm glad you brought that up. You know, there are many spiritual connections between the you have heard of the song Rock Lobster?
Yes.
Okay, very deep meaning to that song. You know, there's a lot of spirit. It's one of our main hymns that we sing. And you know, the rock and the lobster in the bottom of the ocean, the connection. You know, yeah, it's kind of like our Trinity, but there's only two. There's rocks and lobsters. You know, and then there's beer and bacon and you know, things like that.
It's like a trinity. That's like more than a trinity. There's like
yeah. We
almost like an infinity when it comes to all the shit there is.
And we believe in adding things as often as possible and making shit up, because that's just what religions do, you know. And we're just trying to be like every other religion, is just make shit up as we go along. That's pretty much it in a nutshell, you know. Lobsters exist because Hey, look at Family Guy. Yeah, have you ever seen that TV show Family Guy?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. That's Rhode Island right there. That's Quahogs. That's spiritual. Seth MacFarlane.
Quahog. What is it? Okay, quahog.
Quahog is
No.
a quahog is a giant clam. There's different sizes, right? A quahog is nothing more than a big clam, a giant clam.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on a second. I know quahog only from Family Guy,
Yeah.
and I've never understood why what it means and what the relevance is.
Because Rhode Island is clams. They have clam chowder. They have clam cakes. They have clam festivals.
So Family Guy is based in Rhode Island?
Yeah. The town of Quahog is, I've been told there's a rumor that the skyline that you see of Quahog, of like a city, I think is part of East Providence. I'm not for sure. Or it's based on that skyline or some shit. But Rhode Island is one of those states that it's different on so many levels. Some of it's weird, some of it's pretty cool, some of it's just odd. The words they say, the meanings, it's like Catholic Central up here. It's kind of like the Bible Belt for Catholics, Mm-hmm. I got into this argument with this guy one time. He goes, "What are you talking about the Catholics? You're not even Catholic." I'm like, "Fuck, man, I live out here." I said, "You can't help but to know what the Catholics are doing." I said, "Because they're on the fucking news. The channels out here have, Catholic correspondent, or they always seem to give a shit what Bishop Tobin has to say, They're the ones that are pissing and moaning about, is it a holiday tree or is it a Christmas tree? And don't say happy holidays, Nobody else seems to give a shit, Right. So you can't help but to know what's going on in Catholics, because you get it whether you want it or not, It's kind of like in the Bible Belt, these people talk about, what goes on, and it's like Bundy City, they think the bishop says this, so the Pope says this, and people are all giddy that the fucking Pope is, I don't know, somewhere flying around meeting people and shit, and I just find it funny. I've gotten to the point in my life.
Let me ask you something. Right now, is the Pope at home in the Vatican, or is he somewhere on a world tour?
I could give a shit less. I honestly don't know. But every once in a while, it'd be like on CNN, you're watching the news. I like to watch the news. In this country, I found that Fox News is far right. MSNBC is way too far left. CNN at least tries to report what's actually happening without having giant, opinions one way or the other. They try to go as middle as possible, but even them, the Pope comes to America, and they have shows about it, And to me, it's almost like I don't give a fuck when members of the royal family come to America,
Oh, yeah?
Heads of state, or puppet figures, puppet monarchy, and it's I don't understand why people get excited about the Pope. I don't understand why people get excited about, the royal family coming to America sometimes, because it's not. It doesn't affect me. I really don't give a shit. Biting on every, what the Pope says about this. It's like I give two shits what the fucking Pope says. If he doesn't share my opinion, if he happens to share my opinion on a certain thing, that's fine. But just because he says something doesn't mean anything to me. And I just don't understand.
Don't you think that would hurt the Pope's feelings if he was to watch this show? I mean, he very well might be. He might very well get to watch the show, because I'm pretty sure that a subversive element like myself must be brought to the attention of leaders at the highest level of all governments. Don't you think?
You know, the whole thing about are people watching, that's possible. You know, do I think they are actually? Probably not. But the whole thing with the Pope is, like I said, people, you know, it's what religion does. You know, all of a sudden the Pope says, "Oh, being gay is not such a bad thing after all." You know, let's accept everybody. Well, wow, gee, isn't that about 25 fucking years too late on so many things?
A couple of popes ago, the Pope said, well, we are absolutely beat. You are right. Evolution is true.
Yeah. And then people go, oh my God, the Catholic Church has gotten downhill. I mean, you got a lot of Catholic fundies who are calling this guy a false pope now. You know, it's like when you get into, you watch a hangout on YouTube or Google, and you get people argue like I love Christian fights. You know, no, what Paul meant to say was this. No, you're full of shit. If you look in Galatians, you'll see that it was clearly no, that's not true. And you're arguing magic. You're arguing. You know, like when somebody says, "Do you think a historical Jesus existed?" I really could give a shit less. You know,
I know a historical Jesus did not exist. So
yeah, I mean, was there a guy named Jesus that was a carpenter that was a nice guy? You know, I don't know. I've never heard of a guy named Jesus living in the Middle East. You know, but you know, to me, it's totally irrelevant whether he did or not. You know, that doesn't insert him as being God. You know what I'm saying? Because they a lot of times Christians will go with the historical Jesus really did exist. You know, it's like, well, whether he did or not, that doesn't mean he was a god. You know, I mean, how many gods did they have around the world at that time? Probably more than they have now. You know, the active religions. You know, pagan gods, all sorts of shit. You know, what did he do to, you know, earn godhood? You know, well, he said he was God. You know, well, a lot of people said they were.
The thing is, he didn't exist, so he didn't say anything of the sort. He was just somebody a generation later decided they were going to start, you know, trying their hand at writing fictional stories.
Yeah,
and they, it's like fucking
passed down from generation to generation. It's added, you know. Yeah, but of course, we're taking this all out of context because it's the inspired word of God. And
I got the Christians fucking knickers in a knot the other day by suggesting that Matthew, being the first book of the New Testament, is there for a reason, and I propose that the reason is because the story, the gospel story, you know, was actually, first one was Mark, and then, you know, it wasn't very well done, and then Matthew has ended up very nice. It's poetic, it's got grand poetry and nice story, well done, and that's why it landed up as the first book in the Gospels, because it's got this better poetry and all this kind of stuff. And the Christians just jumped all fucking down my throat for suggesting that, you know, Mark was the first fiction, and then the other three sort of were recreated around it.
Yeah, because they listen to what they've been told or what they learn in their little niche of what they consider Christianity. So I'm saying, back with the whole Christian fight thing, you know. When you know, the whole, you know, you're not a true Christian, you're not really a Christian and stuff like that. I love watching those because it's just, you know, they might as well be quoting, you know, Harry Potter, and I know they go, why do they always, you know, compare the Bible to Harry Potter? You know, because neither one of them are true. You know.
Right.
Or Lord of the Rings, you know. At least I've never read it, but apparently there were better characters in that than there were in the Bible. You know, they say it's true because, I don't know, somebody told them it was true, and it just, I don't, you know. Yeah, I was a late bloomer, but
Well, I'm glad that you bloomed.
yeah, but it's just I'm to the point now that when I especially when I see people in real life and they start talking about God, right? And you can look at somebody, right? When you're face to face, and you can tell if they're like really dead serious, right? And it sometimes it pisses me off, when they've got that look in their eye and they're like really telling you that they really believe this shit and God is love and you're only going through a phase and I'm going to pray. I've had more fucking people. I used to have 2 groups actually pray for me on a weekly fucking basis. There was a prayer chain on an old-fashioned phone chair praying for me, or a prayer chain, and I wasn't even an atheist yet. My mother started that, but
oh, I've been in hangouts this with other Christians where, I've had enough, or I've got to go, or whatever, and I'm saying goodbye to everybody, and I've actually had Christians say to me seriously, like, Sydney, I really, really, really hope that you come to Jesus. And, I pray for you so much, and
yeah.
and just try, just look, just pray to Jesus, just look for the truth. They're so stupidly serious about it.
And I've heard other people talk. I didn't used to like talk about this because to me it in a way was kind of embarrassing for years, because it was that rock bottom point of my life. But they always say, when you're weakest, you get on your knees. When I guess believed in somewhat of something, I've done that. Like I was saying earlier, I tried that, and apparently I was doing it wrong. And that's when I'd get pissed off at some of these Christians that go, well, you didn't do it right. If you read the Bible, it teaches you how to pray and all this crap. And if you're really ever a Christian, if you really believed in shit. And I'm like, no, dude, you really don't understand how much I wanted it to be true, right? I wanted that feeling, that other people told me they had, right? And in the end, I found out that some of these people.
Uh-oh. I think we lost. Oh, there we go.
Oh, but yeah, the no true Scotsman, no true Christian, shit like that. I love watching those because they're complete train wrecks and they make absolutely no sense to anybody that doesn't buy into magic.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But yeah. But I don't know. It like I said, I got angry for years. Felt I've been lied to, and it wasn't until I finally came to the conclusion that I didn't believe in magic. And I keep saying that word magic. Because in order to believe that stuff, you literally have to believe in some sort of magic. And I don't. I'm not a intellectual, like I want to see scientific proof, but magic's not real, and if you believe in magic, you're cutting yourself short, I think intellectually, because if you automatically add magic, that takes away any other possibility, that might make sense, whether it's tornadoes caused by gay people, or instead of, tracking, and monitoring, when a tornado might come.
Yeah, but it's so much easier to say tornadoes are caused by gay people. Everybody believes it, and we can move on,
Yeah.
I'm just going to add you as... I'm going to try and add you as into the secular TV viewers so that I can actually invite you into the show.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Sure.
So, What's your?
How many? How long have you been on? I mean, I've seen your little moniker thing, Ask an Atheist. I've been in some hangouts sometimes where I see this Ask an Atheist thing, but I don't really hear you say much.
Well, I'm not. I'm not on as Ask an Atheist. I'm on as Sydney Winston.
No, I've seen you on as Sydney, but I've also seen you on and it says Ask an Atheist in hangouts, and you don't really say. I didn't even know who you were. I didn't know you had a show, and I just thought you were.
Well, this is kind of, if you want to call it, my show. But the show that I host regularly, sort of on a regular basis, is on a network, on a video, on a YouTube network.
Right.
In fact, I'll give you the link in the chat. Can you see the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Hold on a minute. I'll give you the link.
Yeah, you know, some of those shows on secular TV, a lot of people recycle the same stuff, the same, you know, talking points. Oh, okay. You know, and to me, I've gotten to the point where if it's not totally like entertaining, you know, I tend to, a lot of times it's like two guys talking, right?
Yeah. And
it's just the same, so you hear the same stuff. And it doesn't always have to be about religion. It doesn't have to be about, you know, but it's kind of, you know, that's why I missed the Captain Osimo show, you know, because it was always entertaining, you know.
He was actually quite brilliant at what he did.
Oh yeah, I thought he was just amazing, you know. Yeah. Turned out I was the last person, I guess, to find out who Rand Scam actually was, because I was making videos talking about Rand Scam, you know. And then Jello Shots fucking burst my bubble one night in one of his hangouts, and I was like, geez, man, that's like finding out there's no fucking Santa Claus and you're a kid. I said, some things, I told him, I said, look, I like pro wrestling. I like the disbelief, the disbelief, you know, take, you know, where you're buying into it, you know, and stuff. And I said, you know, I could have really gone without ever knowing that you were Rand Scam, you know. I said, because I'm making videos about it and shit like that. He's trying to eat it up. So, well, I got about 500 hits out of those two videos.
Oh, that's nice.
And it was also the source of getting one of my videos flagged. That's why I can't do fucking hangouts until September.
Flagged for what? What'd you do? You naughty.
Well, it was back when Rand Campbell was like really going at it on YouTube and calling everybody a fag and a homo and assuming how people had sex and what they did and who they had sex with and stuff. So I took some clips of his videos and on YouTube and mixed them all together, and in the end, the video itself wasn't so bad, right? It was the annotations that I added during the video where I was doing a lot of assuming about what he did sexually to pleasure himself and others whilst he was in prison. And somebody got really upset about that, and 2 days later my video was flagged. I know who flagged it. It wasn't Rand, it was Bruce Shepard. Because he's the only one that was when they were dedicated to, you know, kicking all the atheists off. He's one of these fundy guys. He's got really long hair and he screams a lot, and it's in the debate community, people and stuff. Somebody you watch and you just got to make fun of because he sounds so stupid. But anyway, he was one of those people that was dedicated to getting all the atheists kicked off of YouTube and everything, and so they went on this flagging spree, and so yeah, I lost my YouTube virginity, you know, for 6 months, you know.
That's shit.
Yeah, and yeah, that's why I get these Christians, you know, they talk about their morality, they talk about, you know, and you know, like you said, you go to some of these hangouts, and they're not acting Christian-like. You know,
Yeah.
they're doing the same thing. They're making fun of people. It's like you said, you got out of a hangout, and there's that delay thing. You get out of a hangout, first thing they do is start, talking about how stupid you are, and stuff like that. And then when you come in the hangout, they go, "Hi, how are you? We've got an
We
atheist.
love you.
Yeah, we just want you to see Jesus.
Oh,
Which version? Because you get a bunch of them in a room, you start bringing up, Bible verses and stuff like that, and I guarantee you, you'll spark a Christian fight. Well, it gets 5 o'clock in the a.m. here. I have no idea what time it is where you are, but
it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, no, it's time to end it.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming on and sharing some laughs. It was great.
Yeah. And before I hang up, when we get off, I'll check that link you sent me and everything.
Sure, excellent. Okay, well, thank you everybody for sticking around and watching. And even if you're watching it off air later on, if you at this point you're an hour and some into it, so thank you for that. All I'm gonna say is good morning, because it is, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.